Well, here you are back on the radio, Barry Funkhauser, here with IDA KUDO.
Hello.
Now, hold on. Did I say your name right, IDA KUDO? Because you are like Scandinavian
I'm
or
scanning. Yeah, we don't
Nordic.
pronounce. We don't pronounce the I's as I. We pronounce the I's as E. So you'd say Ida. Ida
IDA
Kudo.
KUDO.
Yeah.
Well, you're a performer. You play songs, and I don't know exactly how to categorize them. I guess they're mostly like pop rock kind of music.
Yeah,
And
I mean, definitely like the old music that I've written and produced, that was more like kind of like an indie electronic vibe, and the new stuff that I did with a producer that is British is way more kind of rock pop. Yeah.
where did you come from, Ida?
Oh, where did I come from?
How did
That's like
where did you start?
start. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta give some credits to my Japanese mom who insisted that I should learn to play classical violin from I was 4 years old, Suzuki method and everything. And then playing in the orchestra and knowing the violin as a classical instrument, I really got very in depth with the music from a very, I don't know, like a really pure heart. And then when I think I was around, I don't know, like my late teenage years, I just switched to popular music because classical music was too strict for me. And then I just started, creating my own songs, and I got obsessed with Björk. And then, yeah, that's when it started.
Yeah, Bjork's sort of like your neighbor, right? Have you ever seen her out at the grocery store or anything like that?
Well, you know what? I was chatting to one of my friends yesterday who's been to last weekend. He was like in a castle with her, like for some sort of like I don't know, like half classical event with some ballet dancers or something. So, well, I wish I was there, but I've only just seen her playing live at concerts.
So, were you born and raised in Denmark or the UK or both or neither?
Oh, neither. Just Denmark, actually. Just Denmark.
I was looking at it on a map, and you have very
Yeah.
colorful buildings and mostly coastline. Is that right?
Oh my God, we have so much coastline. I mean, that's just like it's just joy with all the coastline. Although it gets really, really cold in the winter because the air is so humid, full of water, so the cold feels a lot colder because of like all the water in the air.
What do you like better, the colder weather or the warmer weather?
And that's very easy. The cold weather is terrible. It's a proper hell. 7 months in the year, and then spring and summer is just like you fall in love with the Danish
With all the
spring and
flower, I'm
summer.
sure there's flowers blooming and the colors and the
Yeah,
smells.
and yeah, the nature, the green forest, the all the birds, so many birds. Just the beautiful hills and yeah, and all the flowers. It's really beautiful.
See, Ida Kudo, your whole vibe is sort of a dream for us here Californians because we can some of us have been over there, but it's sort of like a whole other world
Yeah,
and,
it is.
and everything. But what is it like for you? Have you ever been over here? And how'd you get connected with Pasadena Records? Because that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've never been to the States before.
Ooh.
Because my heritage, I'm half Japanese. So when we went far, we've always gone east. So I have never gone west to the States yet. So I'm very curious about that. Obviously, that's gonna happen. Pasadena was actually through my producer, the record producer, Andrew Hunt, British producer. I don't know the story how he found them, but there was a connection, and then they really loved the record, and then everyone was very, very happy. Obviously, like of course, great with the connection to the States.
Yeah, I mean, you have a certain sound that is very addictive. Any song is like, oh wow, what is that? It's an earworm.
Hey.
You know that phrase, right? Do they use that in Denmark, an earworm, where things
Yeah,
are just like
yeah, absolutely. You say in Danish, if I translate directly, you say ear hanger.
ear
Like a,
hanger?
yeah, like like where you hang your coat.
Yeah, yeah.
You call that like you say ear hook or ear hanger.
I like
So
that better than
it's like
earworm a lot.
like a
Mhm.
hook. It hooks your ear.
Well, you have a lot of them on your music. You're doing it single by single, right? Do you have a whole album coming out, or are you dropping them like the kids do now, where they're like you have a single every so often?
Well, we did like structure in that way that we had three singles dropping like one after the other, and then it was like the full EP that dropped in the end of April. I think it was like 26th, 28th of April, something like that.
So cool. So what's next for you? Do you have to go and like on stage and like get in a car and a train and a plane
Yeah.
and go around and sing these songs? I saw that you were in one festival, isn't that right? Recently.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like I made the debut of the whole EP. I made the debut or like release concert. I did that in the biggest industry festival in Scandinavia. It's called Spot Festival, where you have loads of people coming from everywhere, also people from overseas and from the States. And so I invited everyone. I don't know how many people from the States came. I really wanted them to come, but I don't know if they came. But it was a big concert. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we saw it online. You can see everything at IDA KUDO Music on social media. Are you a TikToker? You seem to be, right?
I'd say like my preference would be Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I because I feel very comfortable on Instagram. So also, if anyone ever texts me or DMs me or anything like that, I'm very fast in Instagram to answer. I use TikTok mainly because it's like you kind of have to.
Yeah.
But I never really felt like the love for TikTok because I just think it's just a tiny bit too random for me, and I like that Instagram is more like a visual thing, like solely visual things. Yeah.
Yeah, it tells a better story for musicians and storytellers like yourself, Ida Kudo, Ida Kudo.
Very
Um,
well. Yeah.
so okay, so the latest one, what's the latest single that just came out? Which one was that? 'Cause there's a
Okay.
lot.
Yeah. All right. So the latest single that came out is "Proud," which is a song that goes really well for this month
That's a
because
stomper.
this month is also Pride month,
Mhm.
and that song is very much in that resonates with that vibe.
How did you come up
Um,
with all that? The concept behind it.
yeah, that was one. It's like it's been very different from song to song, and it was very strange. But this specific song, I was lying in an Airbnb in London, and I was lying in this Airbnb and I was going to sleep, and I was just so upset, like with the guy who turned out to be my boyfriend later, but at that time was my boyfriend, and I was so upset with him because he kept on talking about this girl that he met that he was like helping out, and he was kind of like very into her, and
Mhm.
I was really I don't know why I was so upset. I think I had a hard time and I felt I was struggling a lot. And then that was just a drop. And then I was just like, well, screw everyone, Like I'm proud. I'm just proud of myself. Like no matter what, like look at me. I'm the I was made to be the shit of the shit. Like
That's right.
uh, and then I was also like slightly aggressive sometimes, like the very direct messages, they come with slight bit of aggression because I'm always also Danish-Japanese and we are taught to suppress everything. So sometimes when things really come out, it's just a little, you cross some Danish-Japanese barriers.
Yeah,
So
breaking down walls right there.
yeah, exactly. So norms.
Norms.
Yeah, I was lying in bed, and then the chorus came to me, and I just took my phone and I pressed on the memo button. And I was just like, "I'm proudest, cause I am proudest." And I went to the studio, and then me and the producer tried it in different tempos, and yeah. So the chorus was that was a good one. The chorus just like
Yeah, is that how you come up with them when the moment strikes and then you have your phone and you have to record it real quick and and do it that way? Is that how you do it?
Well, you know what? It's been different, but this record has been different from song to song.
Mhm.
Some songs are actually very kind of what is the word? They're very crafted. So for instance, Let's Revolve the World, for instance, is like a song where we just done tons of little parts. Like we done tons of verses, tons of choruses, and then just this chorus is really good and it's just gibberish. And then you pick that chorus. It's like, okay, what verse can that go with? So some songs are like very constructed,
Yeah.
and then other songs such as Proud and also the chorus and The Power That Is Woman, like that melody and chords, they were kind of I was a lucky receiver of like, you know. So but that's
Yeah.
it really differs. It's like yeah,
You got everything in there. Like
some are like proper crafted, like from nothing, and you just try loads, and some you are just a little bit blessed.
yeah, they just come to you from somewhere else. Oof. I love it. I love it. Well, I hope to see you here in America someday. I think
Yes.
you could open for anybody. Anybody could
Oh,
open for
call
you too.
me.
I
Come
mean,
on,
you're
call me.
I'll see you at a festival though. Probably see you at Coachella or something like that first because they're gonna get you over here. Somebody gonna get you over here. Them boys in Pasadena, they gonna get you on a bus. I don't think you can
Yeah.
take a bus
Come
here
on. I'm in good
from there.
shape. I'll carry my own gear. I'll perform like I with a jet lag. I'll perform like I've slept 8 hours. I'll be on fire.
Have
So
you ever
whoever,
done
yeah.
that kind of tour where you go from city to city and stuff, sleep in hotel rooms and RVs and stuff?
Well, I've been more like doing like, Copenhagen, and then you go to London, and then you
Yeah.
sleep in like some really crappy little, very strange and kind of like scary place. And then you go play like on a random venue where the amplifier is like exploding while you're playing. Um, or like you're sitting in a bus 17 hours in a row because you need to go to somewhere in Austria to play, and you can't afford to have like an airplane, or have a stop on the way, so you just like go 17 hours and then you just arrive and you're like, let's do sound check. So yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see you on the other end of things after all of the songs. Are there more songs coming out? Can you give us a little sneak preview, or did you drop them all already?
Well, to be honest, I dropped them all, but
Okay.
already. But with the way things goes and the way things are promoted nowadays, is like you promote the singles a lot, and then when the last songs they drop, it's like, listeners, please
Yeah.
go and listen to them, because the last songs on the EP, they don't get pushed as much as the singles, but they are just as good. They are great.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point for those listening. Don't just listen to the single, the thing that's on the radio. You can hear the internet is there for everybody. You can hear the whole album right now.
yeah, and
So,
also like I could have done, if I wanted to, I could have done like an album, and then maybe have some songs that maybe I thought was like, okay, I'll get away with this. Yeah, that's okay. Now we have an album, and then there are the really good songs. But I never do that. I only do what I think is the best. So I did instead an EP, which is 5 songs, but they are all like, each song is just so unique. So instead of having like a whole album where you gotta, run few of the last songs, are just like, you know, let me
yeah, like,
start cook. Let me start cooking. Mhm. Then
yeah,
it's like, just listen to the 5 songs. They're so good.
I love your energy. Ida
Thank you.
Kudo. How do you say it? Ida Kudo.
You're doing great.
In
You're
your,
doing great.
I
Yes.
talked to Leve once, and I think she's from where you are, and her name is spelled Laufey, and we over here say it Laufey a lot. She goes, "You can say it that way,"
Oh
but it's like
my God. Yeah.
Leve.
Yeah, that's actually Faroe Islands.
Oh
She's from
yeah,
the Faroe, like it's like very close to Denmark, but it's like that's like a different fairy tale place.
right.
That's like mythology and magic and like vast nature with nothing and rocks and really like Viking spirit. Yeah, it's a
I,
bit more rough than Denmark, but they got amazing musicians from there. Like she's cool.
And so are you. And,
Thank you.
keep it coming. Bring the music over here, please. We can't get enough of it. You can find IDA KUDO's music on social media at IDA KUDO. Thanks for coming on, Ida.
Meet me on Instagram. I want to chat with you. Meet me. Tell me what you think about the music.